What's up, everyone? It is your girl JL Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and it's time for another Do You Really Need or Why Do You Need video. So today I thought we'd talk about the new ABH palette. What is it, the fall romance or whatever? I saw some people already had videos on it, but I'm trying to get you to not buy it because y'all know that's what these videos are for. So we gonna deep dive into my collection and see what's going on, and what I have is similar to it. I'm gonna put my B-roll or what is it, screen video up of the palette so you can have an idea of what it looks like, because I'm not gonna try to hold my phone up and do it, and I was too lazy to try to film it on my phone so I could edit it, the picture in the picture part of it. So I will be right back, and then we'll start talking about all the palettes I got, because it's me, so we know I got about like 15, 20. I'm just kidding, it's not that many, you don't have to be alarmed, but it's a decent amount, so hold please. Okay, y'all, so now that you saw the palettes I got, first palette I thought of when I saw this, I'm not gonna show right away, but I do feel like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show some palettes, and then I'm gonna show you a palette I feel like will pair good with that palette if you do decide to get it. So I decided to do a little twist this time, as opposed to just being like, don't buy it. So just in case you do buy it, if you already own this palette, I feel like it'll pair well with it. I don't plan on getting this palette unless I end up buying the Trend Mood box that is coming in, because I usually buy her holiday boxes because they look nice. So that's the only way I'll be getting my hands on it. I don't just plan on going out and buying it, just FYI. So the first thing I thought, well, this isn't the first one. This is one of the palettes I thought of, the Begonia palette from Beaute. If y'all remember, it has a lot of those similar tones in it from the palette you just saw. As you can see, it has this more burgundy one. It has like some greens in it. It has some nice purples in it and some light shades in it. So I feel like this could be a good alternative to it, possibly. So I was thinking about putting this as one of the palettes in the running for a why don't you need video, because I want to do a why you don't need video on it, but I didn't know which palette you all wanted to see. So I'm gonna leave the pinned comment down below in this video, and then you can comment down there and tell me which one you want to see, because I'm too lazy to put up a poll and this video is already going up, so you might as well just answer the question, girl. Anyway, so I'm feeling this Begonia palette. As you can see, I actually have not used it yet. I wanted to put this in an underrated versus overrated video, but I should probably actually use it first. But since the other palette is limited edition, you can't get it. I kind of want to put this in a 5 alternatives limited edition palettes as well, so that's another reason it's here. So once I do that over the weekend, then I'll be able to take it home and use it next week. But for right now, I just wanted to know like what y'all thought about it, if you think this looks similar to the palette I showed you, because I feel like it looks somewhat similar, not exact, but this is one of the 3 I wanted to put in the running for that, so I figured I'd show it now. The other ones I pulled, now I'm not so sure about. The good majority of them, though, I feel like look similar, so we're gonna go ahead on it. So the first palette I actually thought of was this one, my Cosmic Brushes Muse palette, because a lot of the tones in there to me look really similar to this one, but this one seems like it's like a fun version of the tones in the ABH one, because of course, you know, ABH got to stick with the same classic colors, and I feel like they did like a modern twist or fun version of this fall romance palette, because I feel like they just have a whole bunch of deep tones, like they melt cosmetics and threw a couple of pops of bright tones that was supposed to make you excited. And I'm feeling like it's not giving what I wanted to give personally, so I'm just gotta, like, you know, I feel like Trend Mood's pictures look better than the picture of the ABH posted themselves, because it just looks deeper and it doesn't look as nice. Trend Mood's picture looks better, and to me Trend Mood's picture looks closer to this one. So let me know down below if y'all want me to use this one or the Begonia one, and then I got one more I'm going to show you that I feel like it looks somewhat similar. Not exact, but it looks somewhat similar. So I'm like, I'm feeling it, I like it. But y'all know I'll take any excuse to use the Cosmic Brushes palette, and this is one of my all-time favorite ones I've purchased recently, so I'm here for it. It's a whole vibe. And that's the second one. I have like 4 Unearthly Cosmetics palettes. Well, it's 3 or 4 that I feel like look similar. Next, I have the Weirdos palette. If y'all remember, this was where stuff started to go south for me when it came to the brand, because my shade, this one right here, was hard pan when I got it. But this is what it looks like on the inside. I feel like it gives a more grungy version of this fall romance palette, but I still feel like it gives a lot of color. See, it has the dark green in there, and then it has, like, instead of a brown, it has a black. And then it has like the purple that's in there. Even though the purple in there is a shimmer. So technically it would be like the shifting shade right here that you would use. But I like the fact that it has shifts to it. And then it still has like the purple shade that palette has. So I feel like this palette has a lot of those. Oops, sorry. Y'all kicked the whole camera there. I feel like this palette has a lot of similar tones that one has. And it's just not, you know, coming off the way that this palette does. To me, this is like the fun, grungy version of the fall romance palette. I want to do a video like that where I'll pull up palettes that are popular and then show like unique, fun, grungy color stories to them. So I think I'm going to do that. And that means it's going to have to stay here. But this was the third palette I was thinking about. I was like, I feel like this one gives me the same vibes as that, but it's like a funner version of that, for lack of better terms. Because I'm like, it's definitely giving it I'm living. So comment down below which one of those you want to see. I guess I can also go ahead and include the Fall Magic palette in there. Although I don't feel like this one is exact, I feel like this could be more like a companion palette to it, because I feel like a lot of the tones in here aren't deep enough, and the ones in the ABH one are deeper. But I did feel like this would be like a good alternative for it as well if you already own it. And then she's coming out with a new version, and it might be more of a grungier version of this. I don't remember what it looked like in the video that she posted on her live, when she went live to show off the Halloween collection, and then the Sorcery palette, and the Fall Magic remastered palette. But she has remastered this palette since I originally bought mine. I just thought this could be a good alternative for you if you're not into those deeper, grungier, smoky tones. I feel like you would like this palette a whole lot better. And I think she had a few of these left on her website, or she said she might bring back the original one in addition to the new one, because the new one's supposed to have deeper, grungier tones. So the newer one might look more like the original, like this fall romance palette from ABH. But this is the Fall Magic, and I thought it could be a possible good alternative. But now seeing it, I don't feel like it has enough depth to it the way that palette does. And plus, it only has this one purple shimmer. It doesn't have the light purple shimmer you need to put on top. Although this one does shift, and it is like light purple to like, I think, more like a taupey-ish color. So I guess I can add this if y'all want. But I think I want to stick with the first three I showed you, which is these three right here. So the Cosmic Brushes Muse palette, which I'm hoping y'all pick because I really want to use that one. I got the Begonia from Beaute. That's the one I said was the only unique one in that collection. It looked fun. And then I got the Weirdos, because she did re-release this again, but I think after that time that was it. I just got the one with the Halloween cool packaging. So pick between those three in the pinned comment down below and tell me which one you want to see, girl. Now I'll show you the one I felt like was a good companion palette to the palette, and this is the Nouveau palette. This is what she looks like on the inside. I feel like this is just like a lighter version of that color story somewhat, because it has like the light powdery purple, and then it has like the it has like a lot of similar tones, and like I feel like this tone is similar to the one that's in the picture. And then what's the other one? It was one other tone I felt like was similar in here. Oh, more like the greeny tones up here. So I feel like this one could be a good companion palette to that palette if you do choose to get it. I feel like this would be a nice companion one to go get it, because it gives you a lot of those lighter tones that aren't in the Fall Magic that you can pair with the Fall Magic that'll still make nice color stories, in my personal opinion, for the type of makeup I like to do. And I figure you like my type of makeup, or else you wouldn't be here. Then again, you could just be here to see comparisons of palettes, so you don't have to buy one. And I ain't mad at you, sis. Save all the coins, okay? Save them all. But I got a couple more palettes that I feel like could be good alternatives. I'm not saying these are exact. The first three I showed, I felt like were the closest. And then from 4 moving on, I feel like they're just kind of like, if you want some of the colors in that palette, but you don't necessarily need all the colors in that palette, you should pick them. Now, please keep in mind, I did redo my Gather Round Sisters, so mine isn't going to be exact to the ones that you have in your collection, but this is what mine looks like. So I added this green in here. I forgot where it came from. I want to say it came from Just My Luck, but don't quote me. I have so many ColourPop palettes, so girl, God only knows. But I think that's the only tone I put in there. And I think this pink one, I think it was this one, and this one I changed out, and I think everything else is originally from this palette. So as you can see, it has some similar tones to it. It has like the nice purple tones to it. I added that green, but it does have a green in here that came with it, this darker green right here. So it has some similar tones. It's just not going to give you that light purple-esque vibe that you're looking for, if that's what you're looking for from the palette. But, you know, I feel like it's a good alternative. And they do sometimes they bring it back during Halloween. They brought it back last Halloween, so they might bring it back this year. I have the Unearthly Cosmetics Leather and Lace palette. I know this is one that they recently came out with, and I feel like this is a somewhat similar color story as well, because at the end of the day, it's lots of purples, and then you got the greens. And then you even got some browns in this one. And I feel like that's what this palette mainly is. So I feel like this could be a good alternative if you already have it in your collection too. So just something to keep in mind. The color story is somewhat similar. And I feel like she had, as I showed you, there's a few palettes from the brand that look really similar to that. Now these last two are just to pick the greens and purples out of, not necessarily color story as a whole. So of course y'all know I got my Not Normal palette. I feel like this could be a good alternative for you if you're looking for more of a grungy-esque green purple vibe and not necessarily a smoky one, or maybe a smoky grungy one, and it doesn't have that much neutral, because as you can see it has this little simple neutral cool tone moment here, and the rest of it is just the green and purple. So if you want an alternative, I feel like if you already have this, it might be able to make some similar looks, not exact, but it's something similar to that, and then you don't have to go out and buy another palette. And the last one I have to talk about is the Glamlite X Michaela Part 2 palette, because I feel like she has some blues. I'm sorry, she has some greens, she has some purples in here. And since that palette is mainly greens and purple, I feel like it'd be good for you. She doesn't have any neutrals in this one though, so just keep that in mind. You only have the black as like an outer V shade to do a more smoky effect. But you have lots of greens and greens and purples in here. And I think this collection is on clearance on Glamlite's website, so you might be able to get it at a good deal as opposed to giving ABH however much they want. Because I don't even know how much this palette is, girl. I have no information as far as price goes. I just saw it pop up on Trend Mood's page as part of like her Trend Mood box or whatever. But those are all the palettes I had to share with you and show you today. I'll do a reel on these palettes and any other palettes in my collection I find that I feel like will be similar. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Like I said, comment down below in the pinned comment and tell me which one you want to see a video on. I'll film it over the weekend and then try to get it out for y'all as soon as possible. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye. Oh, the Cosmic brushes, what is that palette? The Delicious Delights is what's on my eyes as far as the mattes and the shimmers go. And then I did pull some shimmers from the Strawberry Moon palette from Inslee Rain, if anyone's curious. So that's what's going on with the eyes, because I meant to say that at the beginning, but I was excited about telling y'all about all the dupes of my collection and forgot. Be blessed, girl. Bye.